What is going on, guys? It is Patrick here, and today I'm coming at you with a video covering some new storyline information for the upcoming DLC season of Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now, Treyarch has just released a teaser trailer, as I mentioned, for the upcoming DLC season. I thought it was very, very interesting, and I wanted to cover it. Anyways, let's get into it.
Hi, I'm Jason Blundell, Director of Zombies here at Treyarch. The team has been hard at work creating a memorable DLC season of Zombies content for the fans to enjoy. And as a special treat, we have a short clip to get you guys ready for the DLC to come. Enjoy.
It is said that it is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. I feel differently. Regret can consume a man so deeply that it will blacken his heart and swallow his soul. For so long we have been fighting. Many battles, many wars. I lost only one. We have seen impossible things, cheated death countless times. I can no longer deny the possibility of an unseen power, a guiding hand, helping us to fulfill our destiny. My path is chosen, our fate is sealed. But the innocent, the children, those untainted by darkness and chaos, they can find a better tomorrow.
So the trailer starts with Jason Blundell, who is the head of Call of Duty Zombies, just kind of going over what this video is going to be. Basically mentions this is going to be a teaser for the upcoming DLC season. So this is not just for DLC 1, Der Eisendrachen, or Der Eisendrache now, but it's actually going to be for the entire season of the 4 DLCs. Now the actual trailer starts with Nikolai in the forest from the Black Ops 3 Zombies loading screen that you always see different characters sitting in, eating food by the fire. It's also the frozen forest from the Black Ops 3 campaign. It's kind of like an in-between reality and not reality, sort of like, I don't want to say purgatory mode, but this kind of weird point in time and space. Now, Nikolai starts by mentioning the often said quote that it is better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all, and he actually says that he disagrees with this, and the regret that he currently feels is really getting to him. Now, we don't know who he's talking about in this, but it's very, very interesting as he mentions a lost one from the war. Now, in the Black Ops 3 realm, we know that Nikolai has had a lot of wives. I think it's like 9 or 10 or something ridiculous like that, which at first makes me say, oh, it must be one of his wives. But then I later go on to think, like, Nikolai doesn't really seem like a guy who really cares about his wives very much, and has kind of made me wonder, like, maybe this is about somebody completely else, like another person, perhaps some sort of child, or something like this that he's close with. And I'm not really sure who this could potentially be, but I wonder, it really makes me question if it's actually just another wife, as he tends to go through them quite quickly and not really care about them like he talks about the person in this scene. Now, he then goes on to mention how all the places he's been and everywhere he's experienced, from, I guess, the beginning of Shinonuma all the way through to where we are now, he seems very suspicious of it all. He says, we've gone through so many things, and he really says that it's kind of like a miracle that he's still alive and where he is, and he actually suspects, he admits to himself that he can no longer deny the presence of a guiding hand, or something that is making it so that these characters, the 4 of them, are staying alive. So that then brings up the question of who is this character, this guiding hand that Nikolai is talking about. And I think there are 3 obvious answers that come up, and it's obviously Samantha, Maxis, or Richtofen. And now, thinking about it, I first thought Samantha, and I was like, Samantha hasn't really been too involved in the Black Ops 3 storyline yet, so I'm kind of not ruling it out, but I can't think of any plausible things to go with that. And Maxis is this kind of in the same sense. Now, he's in Black Ops 3, the Giant, with the flytrap and stuff, and he mentions things about pinpointing the characters in time, but he doesn't really seem to have a sort of omniscient presence that is kind of guiding everyone. Now, the one thing that I could kind of make sense of, and with the whole Black Ops 3 storyline so far, has been kind of going back to change time, to change what has already happened in Black Ops 1 and 2, is Richtofen. So he's been jumping around so many times. He's got the summoning orb. He's doing all this stuff. And it just made me put the question out there of what if, maybe he has been going through the entire time in Black Ops 1 and 2 and helping the characters, actually helping himself, perhaps. I don't know. And like I said, I'm just throwing out ideas. But wouldn't that make sense? The character that really has the control now, he's obviously, Richtofen is just going through everything and trying to change stuff with his summoning orb. What if he's been there all along and he's been that guiding hand unknowingly to the original 4 characters? I don't know, but that's the only thing I can make sense of it as far as I can tell. Now, he then goes on to say that his path is chosen and his fate is sealed, which I really question this, and I think you can draw sort of 2 different meanings from what he says here. The first one is that he just feels hopeless. He doesn't feel like he has any control over anything, and that he just feels like, look, the way everything has been going, it's ridiculous. There's no way I should be alive right now. Something is pushing us along here, and I don't have control over it. There's a higher power than me controlling all this, and they are going to determine my fate. And he just simply feels hopeless. Or perhaps he actually knows that his fate is sealed, and I have no idea what this could mean or why he could know this, but it really doesn't make a lot of sense that he would know that his fate is sealed at this point, because we're only on DLC 1, we've been in the Giants, but other than that, the characters don't really know everything that Richtofen has been doing, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I kind of feel like he's saying this just sort of out of despair for what's been happening, but at the same time, I realistically have no idea. Now, the next part of this, I feel, is probably the most interesting excerpt from anything that he says in this trailer. And what Nikolai says is he basically starts talking about the children. He says, my fate is sealed, whatever, but those who are innocent, those who are young and not tainted by darkness yet, can have a better future. And he says, together, we will ensure a better future for the children, which is really interesting, because isn't that what Maxis was saying in the Flytrap Easter egg? Yeah, he was. So this draws up a lot of questions. Is he talking about the children as a whole? Or is he simply just talking about Samantha and Eddie from the Origins Easter egg? And realistically, I don't know. But the thing that got me really, really pondering this all is in the trailer, you can actually see a gramophone. He's jumps kind of between the forest, and then it's like almost like a flashback, like he can just picture it being there or something. He's in a house that has some pictures in it, and it also has the gramophone, which is from Origins and is also in the ending cutscene from the Easter egg in Origins. Now, this didn't really make a lot of sense to me, because with Maxis, it's like he's talking about ensuring a better future for the children, and I'm assuming he is definitely talking about Samantha and Eddie from the Origins ending Easter egg. But what does Nikolai have to do with that? That just seems very, very odd to me. Nikolai, does he really have any significant connection to those characters? Obviously, in some sense, but not like a personal connection where he's so concerned about them, ensuring a better future for them. That seems a little bit far. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, but again, it raises a lot of questions, and I really like what Treyarch has done with this. They've kind of set the stage in an awesome way. They've already set the stage well with Black Ops 3, in terms of Shadows of Evil and the Giant, but I think that this is really going to make it very, very interesting of what's going to happen. So I think that this is going to have something to do with Der Eisendrache, but realistically, I think this is looking at more of the big picture of the storyline. Like it's a kind of a memory flashback from Nikolai, and I'm sure this will tie in somehow into the next map we're going to get. But at the end of the day, I honestly don't think that this is going to have a huge impact on that, rather the bulk of the storyline. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention in this video is we are getting thoughts from Nikolai, which I feel is kind of random of any character. Just you think like, why Nikolai? Why are they giving us just Nikolai? And I'm kind of feeling like Treyarch is going to do a couple of these. I'm feeling like they're going to do one perhaps for Nikolai, Dempsey, Takeo, and Richtofen. But starting with Nikolai seems a little bit weird, but at the same time, I think I can understand where they're coming from. So if they are to do all 4 characters. Probably start with Nikolai, build some hype. He's an interesting character. We like him. Probably go Takeo next, as he's like, I think, probably the least liked of the 4. Then probably go Dempsey. And I would assume they would end, if they were going to do like one of these little flashbacks for Richtofen, and end with him. And who knows? I mean, we could see this at the very, very end of the DLCs. Like, maybe they're going to do one for every DLC. So like one for DLC 1, one for DLC 2, for 3, and then Richtofen's for the 4th one maybe. Or they'll release them quickly in the next month or so, and it'll kind of set the stage for the next 4 maps. I think those are the 2 possible situations. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end the video there. If you want to leave a like that you're still here and enjoy it, that would be awesome. I know I don't do a lot of storyline videos, but this really intrigued me ever since we've had the Shadows of Evil Easter egg. I've really been getting into the storyline a lot more, and I want to make videos that I enjoy, and this is stuff that's really intriguing me now. So anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Peace.